All right, thank you for joining us today. And in this video, we have three sets of questions. I'll go through two of them and then I will leave the last one for you to also do it, right? So we have this quantity demanded function or equation, and then we have the elasticity function, which is here. So we know that E of P is equal to this, and we generated this one from the idea that E of P is equal to changing quantity divided by, is it changing price? Yeah, I think changing price divided by changing quantity divided by changing price times price divided by quantity, right? And we say that this can be written as f prime of h, and then the q here can be written as this. So we will be using this one too as well, right? So now that we have our function here, we just want to find E of P, right? So E of P is equal to this. And then we have F of P, which is here. But all we need here is we just need F prime of P. So let's just find F prime of P. So F of P is equal to 300 minus P squared. So the function is in terms of P. So let's do the differentiation. F prime of P will be equal to, when I differentiate 300, I'm going to get 0 because it's a constant function. Minus, when I differentiate P squared, what am I going to get? It's like you differentiating x squared. When you differentiate x squared, you get 2x. When you differentiate x squared with respect to x, this one, the function is in terms of P. So we are differentiating P squared with respect to P. So we are going to get 2P. So when I simplify, I'm going to have minus 2P. Right. So this will be my F prime. I know that E of P is equal to minus P times, what is P prime? What is F prime of P? This. So I'll just do minus 2P divided by, what is F of P? This here. So I'm going to have 300 minus P squared. So all you need is just the formula here, but it is given to you. So all you need to do is, when they give you the function, differentiate the function. So this question, if you are very good with differentiation, you just do differentiation and then just do substitution. So what did I do? I just differentiated this and I had minus 2p. I wrote this one here. Then I wrote my minus p here. Then I know that f prime of p is equal to this. So in place of that, I put this one there. Then f of p is equal to this. I plug it here, right? So the next thing for me to do is just do simplification. So minus minus will be positive. So I'm going to have 2p squared divided by 300 minus p squared. Good. I saw some couple mistake that some of my students were doing. They canceled the 2 and then 300, and then they will write something like p squared divided by 150 minus p squared, which is wrong, right? You cannot just cancel one term here, one term here. If the 300 was multiplying this, then we can cancel. Since the 300 is not multiplying this, we cannot cancel. So this is not true. So our final results will be this. So this is E of P. That's all. That's all that you need to do. Now the second question is, for what specific values of P will a slight increase in price will increase the revenue? So we know that when there is an increase in price and it also affects the revenue by increasing, then we know that we are at what? Inelastic state or in inelastic status. So here it means that E of P should be less than 1. That is inelastic, right? So that is the idea. An increase in price also increase the what? The revenue. So now since this is less than 1, what is E of P? E of P is what is here. So in place of this, I'm come to put this one there. So I'm going to have P squared divided by 300 minus P squared less than 1. Yes. So I just, in place of this, which is here, which is equal to this. I place this one by putting this one here. So now I'm coming to find for P the price that's the least one, the values of P. So because that's the reason why it's less than 1, right? So now what I'm going to do is, now this is like divided by 1, right? So I'm going to multiply this side by 300 minus P, right? And also multiply this one by 300 minus P. Good. So that this will cancel this. This one's supposed to be squared. So that this one will cancel this. So on the left, I'm going to have 2P squared less than, then when I multiply the 1 by this, I'm going to have 300 minus P squared. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add plus P squared to the right plus P squared to the left. Or in other context, I'm just going to move this one to the side. So I'm going to have 3P squared, right? So 2P squared plus 1P squared will be 3P squared less than, then minus P squared plus this will be 0. So it will be left with 300. Then I'll divide through by 3, divide through by 3. So P squared will be less than 100. I take the square root, and then we know that square root should give us plus or minus, but price should be positive. So we are going to have less than. So when I take square root of this and square root of this, I'm going to have P, and this one is going to give us 10. So this is the price that we are going to get. So the price should be less than $10. So any price that is less than $10 will also increase the what? The revenue, right? So we can have like $9, we can have like $8. That's the reason why we are saying that values. So we have a lot of them since it's less than 10, right? So this is how we go through the function. So I will take similar one, then I'll explain again. If you didn't get this one, then I'll give you the third one to do, right? So same questions, but the idea is that we have changed the function here. So the same idea, this is the formula here. We need f prime of P. So what is f prime of P from the new function? When I differentiate 12, I'll get 0. But when I differentiate this, I'm going to have minus 2P. So this is going to give us minus 2P. Then my E of P will be equal to minus P, which is here. Then f prime of P is equal to minus 2P. So I'm going to have minus 2P divided by f of P, which is here. So I'm going to have 12 minus P squared. So this is going to give us minus will be positive. So we are going to have 2P squared divided by 12 minus P squared. So this is what you are going to get at the end of simplification. And as I said, you cannot cancel this and this. So if you cancel that, you are going to have 2P squared divided by 6 minus P squared, which is not true. So you cannot do that. So you need to leave your final results in this section. So the same thing from the one that we just did. Increase in price increases revenue. It means that E of P should be less than 1. So what is E of P? E of P is equal to this. So you are going to have 2 squared divided by 12 minus P squared less than 1. And we are going to have, so same idea, multiply this one by 12 minus P squared. Multiply this one by P minus P squared. This one will cancel this, leaving us with P squared less than 1 times this will give us 12 minus P squared. Then I'll move minus P squared to this side. So I'll just have 2P squared plus P squared less than 12. So the other one I just added plus P squared plus P squared. Another way is just moving this one to this side. So since this is minus, when it crosses this one become positive. So I have this way, and this is going to give us 3P squared. So this one, there is 1 here. So 1, 2 will be 3, which is less than 12, I divide 2 by 3, p squared will be less than 4. Take square root on both sides and p should be less than 2. So this is what you are going to get for the price too as well. Yeah. So same thing, but I'm going to give you the last one for you to try. When you finish, you can put your final results in the comment section and then we'll see what you are going to get. Okay, so let's look at the last one. So last one, same thing. You have the function here, you have the equation here. So try and compute this, right? And when you are done, you use the final results less than 1 and you use to compute this one too. Right. Okay. So see you in the next video.